Yeah. So what happens is some people don't put it up there until they're ready with everything, right? Some people will put things up there just to get people to try to hold the date. So there are different levels of psychology that you want to apply based on how you want to use it. But we're talking about, so how can you influence the EPC with your sales funnel? Well, if you can see here, what they're doing is they're saying, okay, you know what? We're going to be able to sell some of this first upsell because if people buy the front end, we're going to give them a premium version. Now, again, I don't know what the premium version is. We can probably find out what that is, and maybe we'll take a look at it. We can probably find out what it is. But what we're saying is that the relationship has to be very tight. It should not be kind of incongruous in any way. And it really should make sense to the person that if they buy the front end, they should automatically want the upsell, right? Now, then there's going to be a second upsell sometimes. And basically what this second upsell is, we can already tell, right? This is a reseller. So basically what we're saying here is that, well, if you like the front end and the upsell, then more than likely you can then go and you can sell this to other people if you like it. So in other words, what you're doing is you're saying, the people that buy this, they're probably going to want the second upsell also. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to make sure that these are all going to be separate offers. They're all going to stand on their own, but they are all tightly related. Now, again, I don't know what traffic send is, but it's probably some kind of how do you get traffic to a webinar, right? That's what I'm guessing it is. So again, all of this is very related, and that's basically what you want to do when you're going to put together a sales funnel, right? The first upsell should be a no-brainer. The second upsell is typically going to be something that's going to be done for you, right? Now, in this case, what they're doing is they're saying, we're going to give you the opportunity to make some of your money back. And the third upsell here is going to be some kind of DFY, and the DFY here is going to be traffic. So in other words, you're not going to have to try to get traffic to your own webinar. We're going to help you to do that with whatever this offer is. Does that make sense? Is everybody with me so far? So what are you trying to do here? You're trying to make sure that if your buyer makes one purchase, we're going to make it very easy for them to make the other purchases. And we're going to make sure that the upsells are tightly related to the front end product right now. So let's take a look now at the sales funnel. Maybe there might be the opportunity we might be able to see it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to our affiliate link here. And in some cases, I think I might be able to be approved instantly. Okay, and I am. Okay, so I'm approved instantly. So it's possible that I might be able to see the other offers. So let me take a look at here. And I'm going to go to my approved products. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sort now for the current date. And let's see. Okay, so I can see all of the upsells here, right? So basically, I have this commercial version. This is the front end, right? So I can see now the premium offer. So let's take a look at the premium offer. What we want to do is we want to see if it is tightly related. So let's take a look at what this offer is. And so what we're going to do here now is we're going to now see what is this offer. So basically, here's what the offer is. What they're basically giving you on the front end is the ability to do live webinars. On the back end, they're now going to give you the ability to do automated webinars. Tightly related, right? So you understand now what it means. What you're trying to do is you're trying to make it a no-brainer. In other words, hey, whatever it costs to do an automated, if I'm interested in doing a live webinar, well, certainly I want to be able to do an automated webinar, right? And so this offer is then tightly related to the first one. Does that make sense? Right? Closely related. That's right, Jim. So now let's take a look. Let's take a look at the other upsell. Right? So let's take a look now at the reseller. Right, so basically now what we're going to do is we're going to now just take a look at the reseller. So they're going to limit the licenses to 500. So it's probably going to sell pretty well. And basically the reseller gives you the opportunity to sell the product at 100% of the profit. Right? So in other words, you get to sell this, you get to use their sales pages, you get to send traffic to their sales page. And then instead of giving you an affiliate commission, they're going to give you 100%. Does that make sense? Right? So that's how these offers are very, I'd say very congruous. And what you're trying to do with a sales funnel, again, is you're trying to make sure that you get the people who are going to be interested in buying the upsell while keeping the offer separate. And let's take a look at the last offer here. Let's take a look at the last one. Okay, so basically, again, now this follows our theory, doesn't it? In other words, we have a DFY opportunity inside of our funnel. So think about this. What you're basically doing is you're giving people the opportunity to make their life easier in the front end. You're going to give them the no-brainer in the second upsell. And the third upsell, what I typically like to see is that you want to give somebody a DFY opportunity, something that they would typically have to do themselves, and you're going to help them to do it. They chose to do this in the third upsell, right? Because they put the reseller as the second upsell. But it's all related, right? So basically what they're saying is, well, hey, you don't have to drive traffic to your webinar. We're going to help you to be able to do that. We're going to do some of this for you, right? So in other words, look at the headline here at the top. Important step to get the traffic to your webinars. Once again, very tightly related. What we are trying to do with our sales funnel is if we get one sale, we are trying to make sure that we capture all of the other interest in what people want to do with that front end, right? Okay, so any questions now on how you influence EPCs by your sales funnel? Right, so Stuart's question is, can they buy the, typically not, no. So you would not even see the upsell, right? You wouldn't even see it, right? So if you, right, yeah. So when you put it forward, you wouldn't really even see that level of the product. So in other words, okay, so Jim's question is, let's say that, and you really would want to structure your funnel this way, right? So once I get to, if I choose not to buy the premium, the funnel's going to end, right? So in other words, when I click the no thanks button from this offer, I decide not to buy this, I'm probably not going to see the reseller, right? I'm probably not going to see it. So basically the only way that you're going to see this offer is if you purchase the OTO1. And you probably won't see OTO3 unless you buy OTO2. Now it's quite possible that what I would want to do is I would still, and they probably are doing this. Let's say I click away from OTO1 and I decide not to take them up on this. I'm probably then going to be sent here, right? I'm probably going to be sent here to the traffic offer. Right? Does that make sense? So I'll still probably see the third upsell, but not the second one. What you're really trying to do with your upsells is you're trying to make sure that the people that are going to be purchasing, that they're going to see related offers, and you're trying to make sure that you are getting all of the interest while they're there. Right? Yeah. So Stuart's saying selective redirect. Right? Any questions on EPCs influenced by sales funnel?